Hello, my name is Nick Nelson. I'm the Director of the Finance Division here at FAO, and I'd like to tell you about some major changes underway in the organization. I'm referring to the adoption of a new set of accounting standards called IPSAS. It stands for International Public Sector Accounting Standards. And the UN accounting standards that we use today are no longer fit for purpose. They're way out of date, and they do not give FAO or the member nations a real picture of our financial position and performance. In fact, this is one of the reasons why the whole UN system is moving towards adoption of IPSAS. The IPSAS is intended to involve new accounting standards which are much more complete, much more transparent, and will serve the organization in accordance with international best practice. This will greatly improve FAO's ability both to measure its financial performance and report on its results. It will obviously also help FAO better manage its own business, providing much better control over assets and liabilities. I'll give you an example: fixed assets, which today FAO does not consider overly extensively in its financial statements. At the moment, we have assets all around the world. Equipment, systems, cars, and other materials that we need to run the business. But we don't have a real idea of where this equipment is, where these assets are, and how much they are worth. In simple terms, this means that FAO does not know how much money it has invested in systems, equipment, and various fixed assets throughout the world. Under IPSAS, FAO will record and track the value of these assets in all of its offices, field locations, and headquarters, obviously. You might recall that the independent external evaluation strongly endorsed the adoption of IPSAS and, in fact, pressed FAO to move forward on that important project. The root and branch review came to the same conclusion. IPSAS is a primary project for the organization, and naturally, it is also included today in the integrated immediate plan for action. I feel that IPSAS is important because if we're left behind, FAO's donors could eventually divert resources to other organizations that have adapted the standards. And this will have implications on our funding levels. Just as importantly, it makes internal sense for the organization to adopt IPSAS. The new standards will provide a much better financial basis for decisions, allowing the finance division to better support all of the business needs. All managers will be able to make better decisions about the use of resources, and it'll also offer the opportunity to standardize and streamline so many of the business processes today which have been built up piecemeal over the last decade. So how will day-to-day work change for staff? I can give you an example. It's the concept of receiving. Staff throughout the organization from now on, with IPSAS, will have to be able to determine and take responsibility for the moment of receipt of goods or the moment that they have services rendered. Today, this is done at a very later stage when the time comes to pay for goods and services. Under IPSAS, we're going to have to identify the exact moment, the precise moment, so that the financial statements can reflect the true expenditure situation of the organization. Ultimately, IPSAS implementation will provide staff with better and more easily understood financial information, which will help them in their decision-making. This is key. Today, too many decisions are made without full understanding of the financial implications of the action. You might be asking if IPSAS is really relevant for staff not involved in financial and budgeting transactions, and I can tell you it really is relevant. IPSAS is a way to maintain member confidence and the confidence of donors as they demand ever higher standards. The flow of funding, in my view, to FAO is ultimately at stake, and therefore that means job security also. With that, I would invite you to go and take a look at the intranet site for the IPSAS project. It's in a very dynamic format and contains virtually all the information connected with this project. Thank you.